Pittsburgh will take on the Oak Hill Red Devils. Princeton fell to Oak Hill earlier in the season at Princeton way back on January the 12th by a 59-56 score, and they want to settle the score here tonight.
First thing I'll ask you, Marty, is if you'll name your parents and tell us where you live.
Marty Lytton and Peggy Lytton. We live 1102 N Street, Princeton.
I believe your father does a little officiating on the side, doesn't he?
Yeah, he tries to.
He's also on the Princeton Parks and Recreation Department, getting ready to build a new recreation center, I believe. How did the students feel about this basketball team? Of course, it's a very young team, and what's the attitude of the students toward this basketball team?
They feel like they're real capable of doing just about anything they want to do. It's just like you said, young, they're not as good as they were last year, but when tournament time comes around, they'll be real tough. They'll be right up there with the top team.
One of the decisions that I know that, Charlie Wright told me that maybe Bill Campbell has decided to go to Concord College, and that's a very big decision that you want to have to be making here very soon. Of course, Marty was captain of the second team All-Area defensive team, punter, defensive back, and I think you even ran the ball some. What are the factors that you are thinking about now as you get ready to make that decision to go to college?
It's really where the college is, whether what's the vicinity it's in, the students, the size of it, what it has to offer me, and of course the field of study which I'm going into, which is physical education. And if it offers all the good things, I'll just go along with it.
Marty, we're back at Oak Hill High School, and one of the things that's a whole lot different last week was last Tuesday, Parkersburg, and there wasn't a very big crowd from Princeton. And you might want to comment on the number of people that are here from Princeton and the fans from Princeton.
Well, it's, as you said, much closer than a Parkersburg game. But just like I said, the student body feels pretty good about the team, and they like to give them all the support they can. Like you said, we do have pretty many people here tonight.
I think we're in for a very noisy ball game. Oak Hill has a good band, and so far it looks like it's going to be a very noisy game. This gymnasium really echoes. What does Princeton have to do to change the tempo and the game's outcome over the last time they played Oak Hill? How are they going to win this ball game?
If they, instead of just working it into Jimmy all the time, if they can hit from the outside more, they'll be doing a lot better. When they played Oak Hill, they missed a lot of these jump shots from the outside. If they can do it tonight, we can do it.
This is a very good shooting Oak Hill team. Willie Woods is one of the best shooters that I've seen all year.
Marty, while we got you up here, let's talk a little bit about your performance last year on the football field. Is one that all of Preston is pretty thrilled with, and I guess the play that sticks in my mind concerning Marty Lytton was that Southview's got a guy very big enough to eat hay for lunch. This guy was behind you and headed downfield. Did you ever think that he may have stepped on you when he tried to tackle him?
He did step on me. I'll say I have the marks of my phone to prove it. But I was just a little bit faster than he was, and I just luckily got him from behind.
So he was taking some pretty long strides going down that way.
I had to take two for every one he took.
And wherever you decide to go to college, we wish you the best, and we enjoyed watching your career in high school, and certainly look forward to seeing you play somewhere around close so we get a chance to watch you in college.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Marty Lytton visiting with us, and we'll be back with basketball first. Let's call 30 seconds for this. The Red Devils, the Tigers coming in right now, 10-4 on the season. The Red Devils are also 10-4, aren't they?
I believe so. 10-4 or 11-4. Maybe 11-4.
Maybe 11-4. They've lost to Beckley twice, to Greenbrier East once, and to
Bluefield.
At Bluefield. So the Red Devils have beaten the Tigers at home at Princeton, and so we know that they're a good ball club. They shoot well, they jump well, they're well coached, they execute extremely well. We got Charlie Wright on board over on one of the stat sheets, and Charlie, welcome aboard.
Good seeing you.
And I think we're in for a noisy night, Charlie. Can you hear all right?
Yeah, barely. That's my problem.
Well, we probably won't be able to hear after a while. Everything gets revved up in here, because this is I don't know, we're up close to the rafters. It's going to be hot in here also. Boy, I can already feel it.
Sure is. I'd like to say hello to Melissa and Draymond.
All right. I hope that you're sitting downwind of me. Either that or you use dial, because it's going to be awfully hot. Hey, the ball game brought to you now on the Big Way Radio. We'll be back with basketball first. We're back at the gymnasium, and they're making a special presentation to Coach Jim Lilly here, who won his 400th victory the other night against Fayetteville, and the third active coach in West Virginia right now to do so. They're presenting him with a game ball to work. Meanwhile, Bob, you got a JV score you can pass on.
Well, I've got a very unusual JV score. It's a tie ball game, 62-62. The reason it's a tie ball game that they were running close on the time, And so rather than play another 3-minute quarter, they just went into the locker room and left it as a tie. So Princeton, JoJo Harrison had 16 points, Frank Jenkins had 17, and Adams had 10 points for Princeton in that 62-62 tie.
So the JVs, Princeton and the Oak Hill JVs played it out to a 62-63 tie. And they just left it there, though, going into overtime. I guess, well, the Oak Hill radio stations here surely loved right down in front of us and carrying the game. And as we listen to the presentation to Coach Jim Lilly, and Coach Jim Lilly, Bob, is one of the fine gentlemen in the coaching profession. There's many fine gentlemen in the coaching profession. Jim Lilly is one of the greatest.
That's true, and I know I've watched Oak Hill Princeton basketball games for a number of years, and he is one of the gentlemen in basketball. But you know, Princeton plays several teams that have real gentlemen coach. Ergie Smith at Mount View, Jennings Boyd, of course, at North Fork. Just a number of coaches that are real class gentlemen in coaching basketball teams.
That's true, but then we got a few, though, that fit in a little lower category of the anatomy than that.
There are a few like that. There's fellow over at Mullins that fits into that category.
But Coach Jim Lilly has always been very hospitable to anyone and everyone I've been around him. His ball players respect him and like him. As the people here in Oak Hill certainly respect him and really care an awful lot for him. And right now, all the crowd is on their feet right now paying tribute to the man.
Let me tell you a little bit of trivia right fast about Coach Lilly. Last year, Charlie Wright and I went to the state tournament. And before the season started, Charlie has a friend who works in Oak Hill, and we found out that Coach Lilly had some extra reservations to a motel. So Charlie Wright and I went to the state tournament last year, more or less at the guests of Coach Lilly, because we used reservations that he had in Morgantown.
Well, does that mean you owe him a favor by letting him beat us?
No, we paid the bill. We paid the bill.
And Coach Jim Lilly out there right now accepting the presentation. And I'm sure that Coach Lilly, they probably figured, boy, they're making a big hoopla all this whole thing. He just soon go and get the ball game started, I imagine.
Well, this is a pretty good thing for his team, too, because it gives them a little something more to play for here tonight.
Yeah, it's revving our motor on them, isn't it?
And also, I noticed that Jim Lilly Jr. is standing at the doors. Of course, he was down in Princeton for the game at Princeton.
I was chatting with Jim Jr. just a few moments before the game here tonight. Jim said he's feeling very well, and he gets down here to school a couple, 3 days a week and helps his dad coach. And feeling well, and he said he's feeling 100% better than what he felt a year ago. Of course, he'd have to go about 1,000 to get back to his normal congenial self, but it's good to see him moving around. And of course, now Coach Jim Lilly, senior of Oak Hill, is going to acknowledge the gift they've given him. They give him the game ball that they won the game with over Fayetteville, and a plaque for the wall. So, see if we can pick this up on the mic.
That's the show on it. It said that I had won the ball game. I thought I would be prepared to say something. No brothers like me that stayed in this game as long as I am should have something to say. The only thing that I have to say is thank each and every one of you, and I appreciate each and every one of you.
Coach Jim Lilly expressing his appreciation for the awards and the recognition and the support of the Oak Hill Boosters student body and, of course, his ball club. So while we're waiting for him to get the introduction to the starting lineup, we've got time. Let's pause 30 seconds for this message. As we're now ready to have the starting lineup introduced, the top blue folder lingo very well, yeah. So that's offset for a minute. As there it is in the Tigers. First of all, James DeWitt, a sophomore. And Stephon Murray. Jimmy Miller, he's the wheelhouse of the outfit. And Mike Eads. And Jeff St. Clair for the Tigers. And Bill Harmon still nursing an injured thumb. And now for the homesteading rhythm. You know, this Tiger lineup there's not a senior in the starting lineup tonight.
They're starting 4 juniors and a sophomore tomorrow. And probably because Bill Harmon still has that hurt hand.
Hofke, Zaleski, Willie Woods. Ken Blank for the Red Devils and Kim Lilly. The Red Devils will be starting Kim Lilly, Willie Woods, Ken Blank, Mike Zaleski, and Mark Zahofke. And we're just about ready for basketball as they feel the warm-up calls. The Tigers still around Coach Ralph's ball across the floor from us. And we're going to have to watch these fouls pretty carefully because we've had trouble reading these numbers on these officials' fingers. They flash them.
In the last game at Princeton, Princeton had, Bill Harmon fouled out of the ball game. Miller and East both had 4 fouls on them when the game ended. St. Clair had 3. That's just a whip, so there was a lot of fouling when they were in Princeton.
As we're ready to go, and it will be Ken Blank to jump against Jimmy Miller. As Jimmy's standing right beside the center circle, got 1 foot in. Blanks has got a foot in. Where are the Blanks is in? Miller's in. Waiting on the official. Toss it in the air, and the tip controlled by the Tigers. As Miller tips it to East. East gives it to St. Clair, and the Tigers will start their offense. As Oakhill goes to a 2-3 zone. East with the ball. Wing position right side. Back to St. Clair on the point. To the left side to DeWitt. Back to St. Clair. As St. Clair gives it to East. East dribbles 1 time. Gives it back outside. To DeWitt. Firing from 18 feet off the iron. No good. Off the top of the board. Rebound. Pull down by Oakhill. Out to Lilly. Lilly running with it. He got a 3-on-2. Feeds it to the near side. We've got a foul. An offensive foul called on Mike Zaleski. As East set up in front of him and took the charge. That's number 1 on Zaleski. Team foul number 1 on the Red Devils. As DeWitt will inbound it to St. Clair, and he'll bring it to the front court for the Tigers. On the dribble with it. To the right side. To DeWitt. DeWitt on the wing. Gives it back top of the key to Jeff. To Eads on the near side. Eads gives it back outside to Jeff, and they go back around the circle again. Now St. Clair firing from 20 feet. It's off the iron. Miller rebounds. Down low with it. And he's tied up. He was tied up by Mike Zaleski. As Miller trying to wheel to that baseline to take the shot, was tied up with the ball. And they'll jump it. Miller's in. Zaleski's in. And the tip controlled by the Tigers is St. Clair controls. Jeff with the ball top of the key. To Eads on the left side. Back to St. Clair top of the key to DeWitt on the far side. Back to St. Clair. They come around to Eads on the near side. He's firing from way outside. Good. 20 feet away. Eads puts it in. Tigers on top 10, I think, with 6:57 to play in the first quarter. Woods with the ball for Oakhill. To Lilly. To Zaleski. Back outside to Woods. Woods gives it back to Zaleski. They look underneath to Hofke. Can't get him. Gives it back to Lilly. To Zaleski in the corner. Firing good. Mike Zaleski out of the corner. Deep out of the corner. Ties it up. 2-2. As St. Clair will bring it to the front court now. Eads fakes the shot, gives it back to St. Clair. Back to Eads again. As Eads moves it toward the lane, now back to down trouble and gives it to St. Clair, top of the key. To DeWitt on the left side. DeWitt looks underneath, gives it back outside to Jeff. They go back to Eads with it. As Mike on the dribble to St. Clair, top of the key. Drops it to DeWitt. Now they got Murray on the baseline. He fakes, fires, good. Step on. Puts the Tigers up 4-2. As Oakhill comes to the front court with the ball, it is Zaleski way out high with it. To Lilly. To Woods. Woods holds it overhead. Gives it back to Zaleski to Lilly. Comes to the lane. Drops it outside the blank field. Fire from 12 feet. Good. 4-4 with 5:54 to play in the first quarter. As Eads has the ball in the front court for Princeton. Gives it to St. Clair. Jeff to the left side with it to DeWitt. As James looks underneath, gives it back outside to St. Clair. They go to Miller way outside on the wing right side. Murray open on the baseline. Drives. Fakes. Has the ball knocked loose. Picked up by Lilly of Oakhill. Oakhill comes to the front court with it. Lilly with the ball. Goes to the lane. To Blank. Firing out of the corner. Good. Look at Willie Woods. Puts it in out of the corner. 6-4. Tigers trail with 5:21 to play in the first quarter. St. Clair with the ball top of the key. To Miller way outside on the left wing. Back to St. Clair. To Eads on the far side. Fakes the shot. Has it knocked loose. Picks it up. Now on the dribble. Comes into the lane. Drives. Puts it up in his block. We got a whistle and a foul. And that will be on Mike Eads. That's number 1 on Mike. Team foul number 1 on the Tigers. 6-4. Oakhill leads. 5:07 to play in the first quarter in a very noisy gymnasium at Oakhill, West Virginia. Mark Hofke inbounds it to Kim Lilly. As Kim brings it to the front court for Oakhill. Takes the shot off the key to the left, but to the right side to Woods. Firing from outside, good. Willie Woods from 16 feet. 8-4. Tigers trail by 4. As St. Clair brings it back to the front court, they go to Miller on the low post. Miller spinning inside, puts it up and in. Jimmy Miller off the low post. Brings it to 8-6. Tigers trailing. As Selesky, top of the key with the ball for Oak Hill to the left side to Willie Woods. Woods looking underneath with it. Now he's on the dribble outside, leaves it for Lilly. Lilly way outside. Tigers in a 2-3 zone defense. They go to the far side to Selesky. To Blanks firing out of the corner. To Woods firing out of the corner. Good. Willie Woods puts it in. His fourth field goal of this quarter. As he hits his 8th point. Kansas 6. Tigers trail. Aziz firing from 25 feet. Puts the Tigers back within 2. 10-8 now. Oak Hill on the attack with it. It's Willie Woods with the ball. To Kim Lilly, back to Willie Woods on the right side. Lilly, top of the key. To Selesky, bang. It is good. It's Selesky hitting from the side of the lane. Boy, they are shooting the eyes out of the bucket. Have they missed? As Preston brings it to the offense. Eads with the ball. To St. Clair, back to Eads. Eads on the dribble with it. Holds it overhead now to St. Clair. Firing from 20 feet. It's off the iron. No good. Tipped up once. No good. Ball kicked her out. Picked up at the free throw line by Eads. Tigers control. Mike leaves it for St. Clair. Mike gives it right back. Jeff gives it back to Mike. Mike moves it toward the lane. Gives it back outside to Jeff again to DeWitt on the left side. As the Oak Hill Red Devils backing it 2-3 zone in pretty tight right now. Miller moves out on the wing. The ball to the left side to Eads. Eads on the wing left side to Stephon in the corner. Back outside to St. Clair. Firing top of the key. Good. 12-10. Tigers trail by 2. As Willie Woods brings it to the front court to Mark Selesky. Drops it in these two to Hosky. Gives it back outside to Selesky to Kim Lilly, top of the key with it. Lilly on the dribble. Starts it into the lane. Moves it to the right side to Woods. Firing. Off the iron. No good. Miller rebounds for the Tigers. As Miller feeds it out to St. Clair and the Tigers move to the offense. To the right side to Eads. Holds it up on the wing position. Dribbles it one time. Gives it back outside to St. Clair. Firing from 20 feet. It's on the iron. No good. Rebound. Put back up and in by DeWitt. James DeWitt. Hanging in the air and flips it back. 12-12. Tie ball game. As Blanks into the front court with it for Oak Hill. Gives it to Willie Woods. To Kim Lilly. Lilly, top of the key. He'll fire from 20 feet. It is in and out. No good. Rebound to Hosky. Puts it up. Miller blocks it. Foul call on Stephon Murray. That's number 1 on Stephon. Team foul number 2 on the Tigers. As Miller had the block and spiked the ball out of bounds. Foul call on Stephon coming in across the back. And we've got a timeout for the Tigers. So with 2:28 to play in the first quarter, Princeton 12, Oak Hill 12. Let's take 30 seconds for this. As Charlie tells me that Oak Hill shooting 6 for 9 this first quarter, but Princeton shooting 6 for 10. So Princeton shooting 60%, Oak Hill 67%. That's pretty good shooting in a country ball game.
It looked like Oak Hill wasn't going to miss that for a long time in that early in that first quarter.
But they had a funnel on that basket.
They were 6 for 6 and they missed 3 the last 3.
Okay, they cooled off. They were 6 for 6 and missed 3 in a row. At 2:28 to play in the first quarter, Princeton 12, Oak Hill 12. And we'll have Mark Tuhofsky on the free throw line for Oak Hill when they come back. Tigers still in the huddle. The Red Devils are out on the line. As the Tigers come out, we got DeWitt, Miller, Murray, Eads, and St. Clair. That's Tuhofsky on the free throw line for Oak Hill now. He's ready to fire. He'll have 2 shots. He puts the first one up. It's good. He'll have a second attempt. 13-12. Red Devils lead by 1. Tuhofsky fires. It's good. 14-12. As the Tigers move the offense now. St. Clair on the dribble. Right across the center circle into the front court. To the left side to Eads on the wing. As Mike holds it overhead. Looks underneath. Gives it back outside now. Gives it to DeWitt in the corner. Firing out of the corner. It's on the iron. No good. Tipped up by Miller. No good. Miller puts it up again. Good. As Miller staying with it. Rammed it in. 14-14. Tie ball game. As Oak Hill will bring it to the front court. Kim Lilly on the dribble. To the top of the key. To the near side to Willie Woods. Woods gives it back to the top of the key to Selesky. To Woods. Woods on the near side to Selesky playing way out top of the key on the high post. To Lilly in the corner to Woods. Firing. It is off the iron. No good. Rebound. Pulled down by Blanks of Oak Hill. Kicks it outside to Lilly. Now to Selesky. Firing. Good. Selesky from 17 feet puts it in. 16-14, Tigers trail at St. Clair. And Eads working to the front court. Eads with the ball on the wing right side. Looking underneath. Gives it back to St. Clair. Firing top of the key. It's off the front of the iron. No good. Rebound. Pulled down by Tuholsky. Out to Lilly as the Red Devils run with a 3-on-2. To Selecki. Puts it off. To a fall. He put the ball up and got the bucket. Run over top of Eads. The 6-6 was hit. No contact. 18-14. Tigers down by 4. As Eads with the ball on the left side wing. Gives it back to St. Clair, top of the key. Back to Eads. He'll fire from 20 feet. It's so good. Rebound. Pulled down by Blanks of Oak Hill. Out to Lilly. Lilly comes down to the top of the key. He'll fire from the lane. It is no good. And on the rebound, we got a foul on Miller. As he fouled Gillespie. That's number 1 on Jim. Team foul number 3 on the Tigers. 58 seconds to play in the first quarter. Oak Hill 18, Princeton 14. And Mike Gillespie on the free throw line for the Red Devils. He'll shoot 2 shots. He puts the first one up. It's good. 19-14 as the Tigers drop behind by 5 now. As Gillespie fires again, it is on the iron. No good. We got a whistle. Somebody violated. And they say Willie Woods violated for Oak Hill. It'll be Tiger ball. He missed the shot anyway. The Tigers would have came out with it probably. 19-14. Tigers with the ball. They trail by 5. 58 seconds to play in the first quarter. As St. Clair to the front court to Eads on the right side. Mike gives it back outside to Jeff, and they give it back to Mike. To DeWitt, trying to drop it underneath to Miller. And they run over top of Miller. Finally call a foul. And I believe it will be on Ken Blanks. It is on Blanks, number 1. Is that 1 on Blanks? Team foul number 2, so it'll be Tiger ball out of bounds as we get Hansberger in the game for the Tigers. As the inbound pass outside of St. Clair, firing good from 20 feet. 19-16, 3-point ball game now with 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. Kim Lilly moving it to the front court for Oak Hill. He's directing some traffic. They're going to spread it out a little bit, play for the last shot. As Willie Woods goes down and holds the ball with him. As Lilly with the ball, now over to Woods. Woods holds it, gives it back to Lilly. Now they move it down the right side to Selesky. He gives it back to Lilly. Back to Selesky. Tigers in the spread out 2-3 zone. They're not really coming out to a man-to-man right now. As Lilly with the ball with 9 seconds on the clock. As they go to Selesky firing out of the lane. Good. Mike Selesky puts the Red Devils up by 5 at the end of the first quarter. As the buzzer sounds, it is Princeton 16. It is Princeton 16. Oak Hill 21. As Oak Hill Red Devils got 21 points the first quarter, while the Tigers got only 16. And we'll be back and more right after this.
This is almost, about 40 seconds.
For what?
8 for 15.
8 for 15, yeah, they're about 50. They're about 55%. Oak Hill shooting 65% on, what was it? 9 for 14. At the end of the first quarter, the Red Devils outscoring the Tigers 21-16. And Selesky and Woods really doing the damage to us, Bob.
Well, that's right. Selesky has 11 points on 5 field goals and 1 for 1 at the foul line. Willie Woods has 4 field goals for 8 points, and the other 2 points are Mark Tuhusky, who has 2 free throws. For Princeton, Miller has 4, East has 4, St. Clair 4, DeWitt 2, and Murray 2.
Okay, we're ready to go. It's Ken Blanks to jump against Jimmy Miller. Blanks is in, Miller is in, waiting on the official. Official moves in, tip controls. Miller tips the pick up by Oak Hill as Lilly controls into the front court to Woods on the right side in the corner, looking underneath. Gives it back outside to Lilly, gives it back to Woods. As he goes in the lane with it to Selesky, puts it up and in. Mike Selesky into the lane and scores. 23-16. As the Tigers fall 7 off the pace. Into the front court, the Tigers to Miller, down low, puts the shot up, no good. Tip once by DeWitt, no good. Tip by Miller, no good. Ball comes outside, picks up Oak Hill, pass up court to Lilly. Lilly goes down, drives on Murray, puts it up and in. As Lilly hits it, 25-16. As the Tigers fall 9 points off the pace. St. Clair to the front court with it to DeWitt. DeWitt comes toward the top of the key. They go to Murray on the far side. Back to St. Clair and to Eads on the left side wing position. As DeWitt with the ball on the far side. Firing from 20 feet. Got it. There is James DeWitt. 25-18 as Blanks into the front court with it to Woods for Oak Hill. Into the lane to Tuhusky. Good. As Tuhusky puts it up from 9 feet as Oak Hill right now. As they're in a little more of a man-to-man, still with zone coverage, but they're picking up tighter in that zone, trying to stop that lane. As Miller roving the lane right now. As Woods with the ball on the near side, starts it toward the corner, gives it back outside. Now they go to Lilly in the lane. He is run over from behind by Stephon Murray, I believe. That's number 2 on Stephon. And the Tigers want a timeout. As Ralph Bowles is going to check that one out. So it's 6:19 to play in the first half. We've got Oak Hill 27, Princeton 20. We'll be back right after this. Ralph Bowles making his visions known as he is telling the officials in no uncertain terms that Mark Tucholsky and Ken Blanks are really putting the squeeze on Jimmy down low at the other end because they're really leaning all over him.
They sure are, and I think maybe they've got a little more contact than would normally be allowed because they're all over Jimmy. And then this foul down here was not a, well, it was a foul, but it was no ways in the comparison of what's happening to Jimmy down on the other end.
And it'll be out of bounds to that's foul number 2 on Stephon, team foul number 4 on the Tigers, so it'll be out to the Red Devils. As Lilly inbounds it to Selesky. Gives it back to Lilly, he takes it outside. Down to Selesky on the wing. Tigers in a 1-3-1 zone. As Woods has the ball deep in the corner. Gives it back outside to Selesky. As Selesky gives it back to Woods in the corner. Looking underneath. They can't get to Husky open. As Selesky comes outside with it now on the dribble. To Lilly. Lilly on the point. As they go to Blanks on the high post. It's not loose by the Witt. Picked up by St. Clair. St. Clair goes down, drives. He'll fire. Good. From 9 feet. St. Clair hammers it in. 27-22. Tigers down by 5. As Oak Hill gets it to the front court. Blanks with the ball. To Selecki. Selecki on the wing position. Gives it outside to Lilly. As they go on the high post to Blanks. Firing. Good. From 16 feet. In Blanks. 29-22. Tigers down by 7 as they come to the front court. Eads with the ball, wing right side. Drops it to Miller on the low post. Miller goes under. And he is hammered and fouled by Willie Wood. As Willie Wood, he dropped the hammer on Jimmy pretty good. And then he wanted the traveling call.
Yes, well, the Husky wanted the traveling call. That's the third team foul against Oak Hill.
And Jimmy will be on the line to shoot 2. 5:21 to play in the first half. Princeton 22, Oak Hill 29. As Miller ready to fire. He's got it. He'll have another one. As Miller on the line for the second of his 2 shots. He's ready. He fires. It's short. No good. Rebound pulled down by Oak Hill. They give it out to Lilly. Lilly into the front court with it on the run. Stops inside the key. Looking for help now. To Husky. Down low on the baseline right side. Gives it back outside to Lilly. Lilly picks up the dribble and waits for Blanks to Woods to come to him. And Woods comes out, takes the ball, gives it right back to Lilly. Now they go to Blanks on the high post. Outside to Lilly. To Woods. To Selesky. In the corner right side, back to Woods. As Woods looking underneath. Gives it back to Lilly. Firing from the far side. It is in and out. No good. Rebound to Blanks underneath. Puts the shot up. No good. Rebound. Got a foul. Call on Willie Woods underneath. That's number 2 on Woods. Team foul number 4 on the Red Devils. And it'll be out of bounds to the Tigers in the backcourt on the baseline. As DeWitt inbounds it to St. Clair, and Jeff takes it to the front court. To the right side, to Eads, to Miller on the low post. And we got an offensive foul against Jimmy Miller on a push-off. On Jimmy, that is foul number 2. Team foul number 5. And that should be a 1-and-1. He did not have that ball when he committed that offensive foul. Well, they're saying he did, but he didn't.
There was nobody around him when he got the ball.
Says Lilly with the ball for Oak Hill. Gets it to the front court to Woods. Woods on the dribble with it right side. To the far side with it to Selecki. Selesky back outside with it to Woods. To Lilly. To Blank. Firing out of the lane. It is off the iron. No good. Rebound underneath by Selesky. Puts it up. No good. Tip once by Blank. Ball comes to the floor. Scramble for it. Eads and St. Clair and Woods. And Blank are in the pile-up. And they'll pick 2 of them and jump them.
I believe it'll be St. Clair, one of the 2.
And they're moving Stephon Murray in the jump. now they're going to move him back out. He's going to pick one of the others. I don't know. Are they going to let him jump?
No, they've got St. Clair in there, I believe.
No. They're mopping the floor right now.
Really should be Kim Lilly, I believe, in there with him.
Well, they got Ken Blanks in there with him. It'll be Blanks and St. Clair to jump. And the tip, controlled by the Red Devils as Lilly comes down with it. Gives it to Woods. They go to the Husky down low. Goes to the baseline. Gives it back outside the Woods. Firing from 20 feet. It's off the flange. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Brought down by Selesky. Taken away by the Witt as he stripped him. The Witt to Miller. Into the front court. Knocked out of bounds by Lilly of Oak Hill. Little big Tiger ball in the front court. Side court. 4:03 to play in the first half. As Eads with the ball for the Tigers. To St. Clair. Top of the key. To Murray on the far side. Back to St. Clair. Top of the key with it. Looks underneath. Gives it back to Eads on the near side. Back to St. Clair. To Murray, as Murray gives it back outside, and now St. Clair firing from 22 feet. Off the iron, no good. Rebound to Miller. Spinning off the baseline. Puts it all the way across. Rebound. Pulled down by Blank of Oak Hill. Gets it to Lilly. Lilly brings it to the front court. St. Clair plays the defense on him. And they go to Blank on the high post. It's a Husky. We got a traveling call. As Bob Graham making the traveling motion up here to help the official. That official will never make it without our help now.
That's true. He never will get it right without our help.
3:32 to play in the first half. 29-23. Tigers trailing as St. Clair takes it to the front court for Princeton. To the Witt on the far side. Drops it to Miller on the low post. Turning, firing, good. 29-25. A 4-point ball game. Oak Hill's favor right now. The Tigers have a semi-press on. As St. Clair pitching him up high. They get it to Blanks in the front court. Top of the key. To Woods on the right side. To Selesky on the wing left side. Holds it overhead. Gives it back outside to Willie Woods. As Woods on the dribble with it. Back to Selesky. Selesky holds it overhead again. Comes way outside. Now they go to Woods in the corner. It's not loose and out of bounds. They call it off of Oak Hill. And give it to the Tigers. Maybe. I thought the Witt whacked that out of bounds. But the Tigers got it, so evidently he did not. As the Tigers come to the offense. To Witt into the front court. To St. Clair, top of the key. To Murray, left side wing. To Eads on the far side. He'll fire from 18 feet. Good. 29-27. Tigers within 2. With 2:44 to play in the first half. As Selesky has the ball in the front court, and we got a timeout for the Red Devils. So with 2:39 to play in the first half. Oak Hill 29, Princeton 27. We'll be back right after this. Mr. Les, 5 shots?
Sure have. It's 4 out of 9.
Well, I think the Tigers changed their defense to stop them from getting that little 8-foot jumper they was wearing us out on down the lane there.
They changed their defense. Looks to me like they're playing a 1-3-1, putting a little more pressure in the middle there.
And just to stop up that middle. So we got a 2-point ball game right now with 2:39 to play in the first half. The Tigers trailing here at Oak Hill. Now the Tigers be in action again tomorrow night when Huntington comes to town. Huntington rated in the top 10 of the state. And probably got the best pair of guards as a whole that we've seen this year.
Well, it's got Dwayne Barnes and Johnny Smith, I think.
I think you're right, but they're a good pair of guards. And they'll be there. And that'll be a 7:30 tip-off now, by the way. It's a 7:30 game tomorrow night. So Huntington has to go home after the ball game. As the Oak Hill coaching staff still talking to the officials out there. Now Ralph goes out to say, hey, are we going to play ball or are we going to debate? He said, now we're going to debate. I got a few words to put in. Now he's adding his 2 cents worth. So now the official says, oh my goodness, let's play ball. There'll be Oak Hill ball out of bounds. They bring it into Selesky. Selesky in the corner. Gives it outside to Lilly. Lilly on the dribble with it. Gives it back on the wing to Selesky. He's looking for Tuhofsky open. Now they got Tuhofsky on the high post. Top of the key. Can't get anything with it. Gives it in the corner to Selesky. Firing out of the corner. Off the iron. No good. Miller rebounds. Knocks it out of bounds as Ken Blank slammed his back. We got no call on it, but Miller slammed the ball out of bounds. It'll be Oak Hill ball. And it'll be Tuhofsky to inbound it. As Tuhofsky holds it overhead, gives it to Willie Woods in the corner. Woods dribbles one time, gives it outside to Lilly. Now to Selesky. Back to Lilly and to Woods on the far side as the Witt heads him off. As Woods brings it back outside to Lilly. To Tuhofsky, they bring it around that 1-3-1 zone. As Selesky to Tuhofsky on the wing left side. As Murray goes back to play a little defense on him. As Lilly with the ball way outside right now. St. Clair facing him off. As they go to Tuhofsky, deep in the corner right side. Dropping it underneath to Selesky. To Lilly, firing out of the lane. Good from 16 feet. A fine offensive play as they worked it. Got the shot they wanted. 31-27. Tigers trail. St. Clair to the Witt into the front court. Drops it to Miller on the low baseline. Miller fires. Good. 31-29. Tigers within 2. As St. Clair plays the defense on Lilly as he brings it to the front court for the Red Devils. Gives it to Willie Woods. Woods trying to get it to Blanks. Has a knock loose. Picked up by Eads of the Tigers. Eads dribbles it twice toward the front court. Leaves it for St. Clair. And Jeff will bring the Tigers up to the Witt on the right side. Outside with it to St. Clair, top of the key, as Jeff looks underneath to the left side to Stephon. Back over to St. Clair. The Eads on the right side. They drop it to Miller. Miller fires off the baseline. Good. Miller from 8 feet out on that baseline puts it in. 31-31 now. We got a tie ball game as Oak Hill comes to the front court with it. Gillespie with the ball. Still on the dribble. Leaves it for Lilly. Lilly out front to Woods on the near side. As Woods gives it to Gillespie on the high post. They squeeze him. He gives it to Lilly, firing the top of the key. It's off the eye, no good. Rebound. Caught for Miller. Tips it to Stephon. There was a mix-up on there between Blanks and Miller. So St. Clair brings it to the front court.
All over.
Husky just knocked Miller clean out of that play. That was terrible. The official standing right there and waved off no foul.
As the Tigers with the ball, and the tie score 31-31 is going to pull them out of the zone as St. Clair stands out front with it. He wants them to come out and play a man-to-man. And St. Clair standing with the ball on his hip. And now the official warns them. So now that's the only warning they're supposed to get for the whole game. The next time they don't come out, it's supposed to be a technical. St. Clair with the ball way out front. To Eads on the near side. Back to St. Clair, top of the key. St. Clair goes into the top of the lane. Has the ball knocked loose. He covers it, picks it up. Gives it to DeWitt. Firing out of the corner. Also playing no good at the buzzer. So at the end of the first half of play, we got the Princeton Tigers 31. The Oak Hill Red Devils 31. As in the second quarter, Oak Hill with 10 points. The Tigers put 15 on the board. The ball game brought to you tonight on AM radio. Halftime score, Preston 31, Oak Hill 31. As in the first quarter, the Tigers could only get 16 points. Oak Hill had 21, so the Tigers trailing by 5. And in the second quarter, the Tigers came back with 15 to make 31 and a half. Meanwhile, holding the Red Devils only 10, so the Red Devil halftime total is 31. And we'll be back with all the stats. First, let's pause 30 seconds for this. Hill 31. As the battery's no good on that. Okay, well, you get some stats. I'll do some figuring for you then.
Okay, for the Oak Hill Red Devils, Kim Lilly, the point guard, and the coach's son had 2 field goals for 4 points. Willie Woods in the first quarter had 4 field goals, and for the half he wound up with a total of 8 points. The 1-3-1 that Princeton put on him apparently went right straight to they were shooting from the corners and from the side, and that's where they 1-3-1 really concentrates. Ken Blanks had 1 field goal for 2 points. Mike Husky, who really had a good first half, had 6 field goals. He was 1 for 1 at the foul line for 13 points. Mark Husky had 2 free throws, and he had 1 field goal for 4 points. For Princeton, Jimmy Miller had 6 field goals. He was 1 of 2 at the foul line for 13 points. He also picked up 2 fouls in that first half. Mike Eads had 3 field goals for 6 points. Jeff St. Clair had 3 field goals for 6 points. James DeWitt had 2 field goals for 4 points, and Stephon Murray had 1 field goal for 2 points. In terms of field goals for the first half, Princeton had 15, Oak Hill had 14. Oak Hill was 3 of 3 at the foul line. Princeton was 1 of 2 at the foul line. And Oak Hill's zone defense has been very effective against Princeton's inside game. And we'll pause now for these messages. Okay, we're back at Oak Hill High School at halftime with the score 31-31. And Charlie, you have the rebounds and the turnovers.
Yeah, in the first half, Princeton was 15 for 27 for 56%. They pulled down 11 rebounds, committed 1 turnover. For Oak Hill, it was 14 for 26 for 54%. They got 12 rebounds and committed 5 turnovers. Very close shooting. Princeton shooting a little better, but just like Oak Hill's out-rebounded by 1, but they committed more turnovers.
You know, the thing that's impressive to me is that Oak Hill had to be sky high for this game. Coach Lilly receiving the award. This is his potential 401st victory. And it looked in that first quarter like Oak Hill was going to come out and shoot a phenomenal percentage. And Princeton might be in trouble tonight. But Princeton fought their way back in that second quarter. Has done an excellent job, and they have not folded. They're playing good ball. They're staying right in this ball game. And I think that speaks well of this Princeton team.
Sure do, because Oak Hill come out in the first quarter and they made the first 6 shots from the field. They was doing everything, and then they went in a cold stretch. But I think Princeton went to a 1-3-1 zone and shutting off the middle because Oak Hill was getting that little jumper, a real good percentage shot, and they was really hurting.
Oak Hill doesn't appear to want to come out of that zone defense, do they?
No, they don't. No, they don't, and one of the reasons why they don't is they know if they come out of that zone, it's going to leave Miller on one-on-one back there with one of those fellas, and he'll eat them alive, I'm sure. And I'm not sure they can handle the Witt one-on-one either right now, because if he drops back, if the guy comes out, he'll go around him, and if he stays back, he'll shoot over him. But I think the thing that's impressive is that at one time, Princeton was 9 points off the pace, almost down by 11, and was able to bring it back to the tie score here at halftime.
That's exactly what they had to do in a game like this, because the emotions have to be running pretty high at this Oak Hill. With this Oak Hill team, with Coach Lilly, with the records this year, they've gone through some lean years. They really have a good team this year, and the band over there doesn't hurt them any. They have an excellent, what's it called, the jazz band?
It's called something. It's pretty jazzy. But it's a fine facility up here. They've got a fine new gymnasium, fine new educational plant out here at the Votech Center, and plenty of ground. And it's really a very pleasant drive over here now. About an hour and 5, maybe an hour and 10 minutes. And just a real nice, pleasant drive. And those of you who didn't come over is missing out on a real nice ball game, a real fine facility, and they've got adequate parking.
Yes, they do. And the only thing about this gym is it always seems like it's hot in here.
Boy, it is hot. That's no kidding about that. And, I think that next year, the week before we play them, that maybe we get the Boosters Club to send us some dial soap over here. You would. Okay. We got some stats we want to pass along, but first of all, let's pause 30 seconds for this message. Well, he's really going at it, isn't he? Bob, you've got some stats you wanted to work on, some things you wanted to pass on to us.
Okay, first, in terms of season statistics for the team, Princeton's made 221 of 318 foul shots for 72%. They are averaging 71.1 points, and there goes the Star Wars man again. 71.1 points per game. They're giving up 60.9 points per game. In terms of individual statistics for this Princeton team, Jimmy Miller has hit 77 of 103 free throws for 75%. He's scored a total of 314 points for a 22.4 scoring average up to this point. Mike Eads has hit 51 of 70 free throw attempts for 73% on the season. He scored 215 points for a 15.4 game average per game. And I'm having trouble with all that noise over there from that electronic...
headache number 716.
Jeff St. Clair is by far and away the best foul shooter on the team. He's hit 42 of 54 from the free throw line for 87%. He's scored a total of 121 points. He's averaging 5.1 points per game.
15 points.
15 points per game. Well, I was about to...
Yeah. Jeff, whoop you.
I may have to check that. I don't think that's right. I've written this down from my book.
121 points for how many games? They got 14. Okay, I'll do that for you while you do it.
Bill Harmon has hit 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 55%. He has a total of 71 points for a 5.1 scoring average. James DeWitt, the sophomore, has hit 18 of 26 from the free throw line for 69%. He has 176 points total for a 12.6 per game average. Hansbarger has 8 for 12 at the foul line, 66.5%, and he scored a total of 33 points for a 2.4 points per game.
Jeff scoring 8.6 points a game.
Jeff St. Clair has scored 121 points for 8.6 per game. And in the last Oak Hill Princeton game, Princeton lost that game 50 to
59-56, wasn't it?
59-56. Lilly had 15 points in that game, Woods 12, Sahusky 17, and Sahusky 7. Well, Sahusky here tonight, Selesky has 13 points so far here tonight. Blanks had 8 in Princeton. Blanks has 2 here tonight. Lilly had 15 in Princeton. He only has 4 in his first half.
By the way, they got a sign here somewhere that says Polish Power between Mark Sahusky and Mike Selesky.
Well, they're excellent ball players, both of them.
Oak Hill's an excellent ball team. All 5 of their starters hit that ball pretty good up there. By the way, in the JV game tonight, we had a tie, 62-62. And we'll be back with the second half. First, let's pause 30 seconds for this.
Hey, Mike.
Elrod. And we're at the Oak Hill Gymnasium here tonight. Elrod was in here earlier and said that the Princeton would win in a romp by 12. He's sitting right down in front of us and said, yeah, that's the way. We're ready for second half play now. The Tigers come out with Miller, Murray, Eads, St. Clair, and DeWitt, and they've asked for the band to be quiet.
I can't hardly hear myself.
So it'll be Blanks to jump against Miller. Miller moves in. Blanks is in. Waiting on the official now. Tosses in the air. Tip control by the Red Devils. Is pulling it down as Selesky. Selesky gives it to Lilly. And Lilly on the dribble outside against that 1-3-1 zone of the Tigers. To Willie Wood on the right side, wing position. To Witt playing the defense on him. Top of the key, brings it back down from the near side, drives to the baseline, drops it underneath to Tuhofsky. To Wood. To Zaleski on the baseline, firing. It's on the iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Lilly. Lilly goes under, puts it on the glass, no good. Miller rebounds for the Tigers. Out to Eads. Eads into the front court with him. In traffic. Holds it up, looks for help. Gives it outside to St. Clair. Jeff gives it right back to Mike, and they look underneath to Miller. Boy, look at the Husky lean on Miller. Now to Witt. Drops it underneath to Murray on the baseline. Fake, gives it back outside to St. Clair. He'll fire from 22 feet. He's got it. 22 feet away. 33-31 Tigers on top. As Woods back into the front court with it for Oak Hill. Goes to the lane. Fires. Puts up a wild shot over top of Miller. Pulled down by DeWitt. As the Tigers come to the offense again. As Eads with the ball. Gives it to St. Clair. St. Clair top of the key. The right side to DeWitt. Back to St. Clair. St. Clair to Eads on the far side. Has it knocked loose. Intercepted by Zaleski. Into the front court. Trying to get it to Lilly. It's knocked out of bounds by Eads. It'll be Oak Hill ball. On the baseline under their own bucket. As they'll set them up. 4 in a line. Left side of the lane. Outside to pull the trigger will be Mark Tuhofsky. Mark holds it overhead. Pulls the trigger to Blanks. He fires. Good. Ken Blanks puts it up and in for the Red Devils. 33-33. Tie ball game in the third quarter. As St. Clair to the front court for the Tigers. To Eads. Eads on the right side. We got a whistle and a foul. And that's on Mark Tuhofsky as he and Miller going at it. And now Tuhofsky made a very vulgar gesture toward the referee. That's number 1 on Tuhofsky. Team foul number 1 on the Red Devils. It'll be Tiger ball out of bounds, far side. Eads inbounds it to St. Clair. Gives her out back to Eads. Looking for Miller underneath. Can't get it. Gives it back outside to St. Clair. Goes to the top of the key. They go to DeWitt. Goes into the corner. It's not loose. Foul on Blank. Ken Blank fouling James DeWitt. That's number 2 on Blank. Team foul number 2 on the Red Devils. And it'll be Tiger ball out of bounds again. Well, wait a minute. They're going to say that DeWitt was shooting. I thought he was going to pass. DeWitt says he was shooting, and they say, okay, we'll give you 2 shots.
I believe he was.
So DeWitt fires the first of 2 free throws. It's good. He'll have a second one now. DeWitt will have one more chance. He puts it up. It's good. 35-33. Tigers on top by 2, and they'll press. As Tuhofsky with the ball in the backcourt. Gets it to Selecki. To Ken Blank. Comes down. St. Clair heads him off. Now he'll back it out of trouble. Take it out top of the key. To the left side to Tuhofsky. To Blanks on the baseline. Puts it up. Miller flusts it away. Comes down out of the air with it. Gets it over to Murray. It's not clear. Still on the floor. Picking it up is Oak Hill as Tuhofsky controls. Gets it to Lilly. Lilly moves it to the front court, into the lane. Bounces it down to Tulufsky, and he is fouled from behind. No, Eads got him from behind front, but if Eads hadn't got him, DeWitt would have. That's number 2 on Eads. Team foul number 2 on the Tigers. As Eads and DeWitt both took a whack at him. And it will be Tuhofsky. Mark Tuhofsky on the free throw line for the Red Devils to shoot 2 shots. He'll put it up with the right hand. He fires. It's good. He'll have a second attempt. 35-34. Tigers up by 1. As Tuhofsky will have one more attempt now. As he looks at the bucket, he fires. It's good. We got a tie ball game with 5:56 left to play in the third quarter. St. Clair works it to the front court for Princeton. Eads on the right side. Eads on the dribble. Gives it back outside to St. Clair. They go to DeWitt on the wing left side. As Eads on the near side, drives it to the baseline. He'll fire from the baseline. It's on the iron, no good. Rebound fought for. Tipped for. Foul brought down by Oak Hill as Blanks controls. Out into the front court with it to Willie Wood. Wood holds it, gives it to Lilly, firing out of the lane, and Miller spikes the shot away. We got nothing called on it. As everybody went to the floor, and Oak Hill controls. As Selecki with the ball. Outside dribbling for the Red Devils now. To Lilly. Lilly way outside. Now to Selecki. Goes toward the top of the key. Gives it back to Lilly. Lilly can't get a shot away as Murray cuts him off. Drops it to Blanks down neat. He puts it up over Miller. It's on the iron. No good. Tipped up by Tuhofsky. No good. Tipped out. Picked up by Selecki. Goes down the lane. And we got a whistle and a foul. That's on St. Clair. And on Jeff, that is foul number 1. Team foul number 3 on the Tigers. His scoreboard showing 2. Anyway, we'll have Mike Selecki on the free throw line for Oak Hill. He'll shoot 2 shots. As he puts the first one up, it's good. He'll have a second attempt. 36-35. Red Devils on top now by 1. As Selesky fires the second one. It's on the iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by Miller. Kicks it out to St. Clair. St. Clair brings it down the left side on the dribble. Comes through heavy traffic and is taken away as Wood goes up where they go down, puts it up and in. He is fouled by St. Clair. As Willie Wood takes it down, lays it up and in. It's foul number 2 on Jeff. Team foul number 3 on the Tigers. As the Red Devils go out by 3, 38-35. And Willie Wood on the line for an attempt to make it another one. Wood on the line. He'll fire with the right hand. He puts it up. It's no good. Rebound pulled out by Miller. Gets it out to Eads. Eads into the front court with it. Holds it up now. Waits for traffic to clear. To Jeff St. Clair. Back to Eads. Eads on the wing right side. Gives it back to St. Clair. To DeWitt on the far side. Firing from 20 feet. Good. James DeWitt gets the Tigers within 1. 38-37. As Oak Hill will bring it to the front court. Kim Lilly on the dribble with it. Works his way slowly to the front court. To the high post to Tuholsky. Gives it outside to Willie Wood. As Willie Wood, would Jester please sit down? As Jeff St. Clair comes out of the crowd with a steal into the front court with it. Behind the back dribble down the lane to DeWitt. Goes under. He is fouled. No pull on it as they hammered him pretty good. And Lilly with the ball for Oak Hill in the backcourt. 38-37. We're getting screened off. People standing up in front of us. As now Selecki in the lane with the ball. Gives it outside the ball. They called on Jeff.
They called on Jimmy Miller, I believe.
I don't believe so.
Yeah,
Miller, St. Clair. I believe it's St. Clair. Third foul on him.
Well, you and the scorekeeper agreed. I don't think there was a foul. I think he lost the ball on the layup.
Well, I think he did too. But it was a very late call. So now we'll have Lilly on the line to shoot 2. He fires the first one. It's off the iron. No good. He'll have a second one. He got to the left side of the iron and brought it out there. He'll have a second attempt. As St. Clair saddled with 3 fouls. We get Hansberger off the bench to replace him, I'm sure. As Lilly fires the second one. It's good. 41-37. Tigers down by 4 now. As we do get John Hansberger in the ball game for Princeton. As Murray inbounds it to Hansberger. John will bring it to the front court. To the right side to Eads. Eads looking underneath. Trying to get it to Murray on the low post. He got it, puts it up. Good. They call traveling. Oak Hill with the ball. 3:32 to play in the third quarter. Willie Woods with the ball in the backcourt for the Red Devils. To Kim Lilly. Lilly on the dribble with it. Gives it back to Wood. Now they go to Tuholsky on the high post. Works it to the left side to Selecki. Selecki dribbles it one time, holds it up, gives it away outside to Wood. Wood to Lilly on the far side. As Murray made a motion for the ball, Lilly picked it up pretty quick, gives it to Woods on the near side. To Selecki. Selecki looks underneath, gives it back outside. Now they go to Tuholsky. We've got a tie up in the lane, and there's no call on again. It's kicked back outside to Woods. Now they got Selecki going down the lane. He fires, it's good. Mike Selecki. And I'm sure Ralph Gall is questioning that officiating on that. As the Tigers bring it back, 43-37, 6 points down as DeWitt drives the right side, looking now, gives it back outside to Hansberger, top of the key. He's on the far side. He'll fire from 20 feet. It's off the iron, no good. Tipped up, no good. Rebound. Pulled down by Blanks as he climbed Murray's back. Kicks it outside to Lilly. Down to Selecki. Knocked loose by Hansberger. Picked up by Eads. As Eads back to the front court. Goes down the lane. Lays it up good. Nike, Yeoman job. 43-39. As Blanks into the front court with a for Oak Hill. Outside to Lilly. To Selesky on the near side. Back to Lilly. Lilly backs his way out. Way outside. Starts it to the lane. Behind the back dribble in the lane. Now he'll fire. Miller slaps it back to him. He picks it up. Throws it over to Selecki. Selecki fires over top of East. Good. 45-39. Tigers trail by 6 as Hansberger will bring it to the front court for Princeton. Moves it toward the left side. To Eads. Eads on the wing. They go to Miller on the low post. Fires over Woods. Good. Jimmy Miller wheeling on the low post. 41-45. Tigers down by 4. As Selecki with the ball in the front court for Oak Hill. Leaves it for Lilly. Lilly on the dribble, moving to the near side. To the far side to Woods. To Tuholsky. Tuholsky holds it overhead. Looks underneath. Gives it outside to Willie Wood. He gives it back to Tuholsky. Drives the lane. Fires. No good. Rebound pulled down by James DeWitt. As the Tigers control.
DeWitt dribbles it twice, leaves it for Hansberger. John takes it to the front court for the Tigers. To the left side to Eads. Eads on the wing to Miller on the low post. We got a whistle and a foul on Woods. That's number 3 on Willie Woods. Team foul number 3 on the Red Devils. As we get St. Clair back into the ball game. Check it. That's Bill Harmon coming in. And Stephon will get a rest. Now, Harmon has got that right thumb heavily taped. And he's got a support brace underneath the bottom of the thumb to keep it from bending. As DeWitt inbounds it outside the Hansberger. To Eads on the right side. As Eads looking underneath, gives it back to Hansberger to DeWitt on the near side. Dribbles it twice, gives it back to Eads. To Hansberger. To Eads on the far side. Goes around the pick by Miller. Fires. We got a foul. And that should be on Selesky. And it is on Selesky. That's number 2 on Selesky. Team foul number 4 on the Devils. And that'll put Eads on the line for the Tigers to shoot 2 with 1:03 to play in the third quarter. The score, Oak Hill 45, Princeton 41. Mike Eads on the line for the Tigers. He'll shoot 2 shots. As Mike fires, it's good. He'll have a second attempt. Eads ready again. He fires. It's good. 45-43, a 2-point ball game now. As Mark Tucholsky will bring it inbounds against the Tiger press. As they get it to Selesky. To Woods. He's in the front court with it. Works down on Hansberger. Hansberger cuts him off. Now they go to Blanks on the low post. Puts it up. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Tucholsky comes out with it. We got a whistle and a foul. And they call it on East. And on Mike, it is number 3. How come we didn't? That's team foul number 5. How come we didn't get traveling call on this?
I don't know. I really don't.
As Tucholsky had the ball under arm and running with it, he decided to go after him.
I guess the official figured that maybe Eads had a hope of him. That's the reason he was running with the ball instead of dribbling.
Well, he had to hit it from behind. He had to catch him. Anyway, we'll have Mark Tucholsky on the free throw line for the Devils. As he'll shoot 1-1. 52 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Oak Hill 45, Princeton 43, in a very, very good ball game.
Oak Hill has not substituted in this ball game.
Tucholsky ready. He fires with the right hand. It's good. He'll have a second attempt. One thing about it, every time one of these Oak Hill guys make a free throw, boy, they make it a real event because everybody jumps and cheers, and the guy on the line jumps up and cheers. Maybe they haven't made very many in their lifetime. So he's ready again. He'll shoot one more. He fires. It's good. There he goes again. He made the free throw and really led the cheering. 47-43 as Hansberger brings it to the front court for Princeton. To Eads on the wing, left side. Back to Hansberger. To DeWitt. DeWitt on the near side. Takes it toward the baseline. Gives it back outside to Hansberger. Top of the key with it. To Eads on the far side. We got a whistle and a foul. And that's called on Tucholsky. As he and Miller really going at it under there. They've been going at it all night. That's number 2 on Tucholsky. Team foul number 5 on the Red Devils. Had to put Miller on the free throw line for Princeton. As Tucholsky and Blanks have really been eating Miller alive underneath there. So now Jimmy Miller on the free throw line. He'll shoot a 1-on-1. 35 seconds to play in the third quarter. Miller fires. It is on the iron and good. 47-44. Tigers trail by 3. Miller ready again. He fires. It's good. 47-45. As Willie with the ball in the backcourt for the Red Devils. Gets it up to Willie Wood. Willie works his way into the front court with it. Now holds it up. Looks for help. Gets it from Billy on the far side. He gives it right back to Willie Wood. Goes down deep with it to Selesky. Gives it back outside to Willie Wood as they spread it out. With 20 seconds on the clock, they'll play for the last shot. Tucholsky with the ball on the far side. It's not loose. Picked up by Hansberger as the Tigers control. John into the front court with 10 seconds on the clock. As he's holding it right now to Eads. 8 seconds on the clock to Hansberger. To Eads. Eads starts his drive. Goes to the corner. He'll fire. Good. So at the end of the fourth quarter of play, we got a tie ball game. 47-47. The Tigers falling some 5 behind and then fighting our way back to a tie. As in that third quarter, each team got 16 big markers. And we'll be back with more. First, let's pause for this.
We got 8 minutes of basketball to go. We haven't decided a thing. It's Princeton 47, Oak Hill 47, and Marty Lytton just gave me the high sign said we got him. What's that mean?
I'm glad he's sure of that.
What's that mean?
You know, Princeton has been down twice in this ball game, and once in the first half by 9, and then this time by 5, and they've come back to end the half tied, and they've come back now to end the third quarter tied. And I don't care who wins this ball game. Princeton has played a real good ball game down here tonight. It's been a very exciting ball game, but good defense, excellent shooting on both teams.
And a hot, noisy gymnasium.
And a hot, very noisy.
With all of the pageantry that is high school athletics.
I'll buy that.
We're ready to go. The Tigers out there. They got Miller, DeWitt, Harmon, Hansbarger, and Eads. The Red Devils out with Lilly, Tucholsky, Woods, Blank, and Selesky. And it will be Blanks to jump against Miller. As Blanks moves in, Miller moves in, waiting on the official now. And the tip controlled by the Tigers as DeWitt controls, holds it, bounces twice, gives it to Hansbarger. John will start the offense. To Eads on the left side. They drop it to Miller on the low post, and they really squeeze him. That's on to Tucholsky again. And that's going to be 3 on the big fella. And that'll put Miller on the line to shoot a 1-on-1 as they were triple teaming Jimmy Miller on that low post. And Jimmy got the foul. 7:50 to play in the ball game. 47-47. Miller on the line for the Tigers to shoot a 1-on-1. As Jimmy, look, he'll fire with the right hand. It's up and good. He'll have a second attempt. As Miller ready to shoot once more, he'll have another shot at it. He fires. It's good. 49-47. And now we get a substitute in for Oak Hill. Is coming in for Tucholsky will be Jeremiah Jasper, number 44. And Jasper inbounds it to Lilly. Up to Woods. Wood in the front court with it to Selecki. He goes down, fires. It's on the iron and good. 49-49 tie ball game. As Hansbarger brings Princeton to the attack. To the left side to Eads on the wing. Looking underneath to Miller. Bounces it back and forth. Gives it outside to Hansbarger again. Now they go to DeWitt on the near side. Now to Miller on the low post. Hooking off the baseline. Good! 51-49, the prettiest shot in basketball. A big freewheeling hook shot by James Miller. 51-49. Tigers up as Willie Wood in the front court with it for Oak Hill. To Kim Lilly, top of the key. Back to Wood. Wood on the dribble with it. Gives it back to Lilly. Works it toward the left side. Looking underneath. Gives it back to Wood. Now to Jasper. In the corner. Back to Eads. Gives it back outside to Wood. To Lilly. Top of the key. As they're looking underneath. Can't get open what they want. So they keep it outside. Now they get Lilly on the near side. Works to the baseline. Can't get the shot. To Selecki. Goes down the lane. Runs over St. Clair. We got a whistle and a foul. And that will be on Selecki. Charging. That's the shot. That should put St. Clair on the line. Let's see if they call an offensive foul. That's number 3 on Selecki. Yes, they will put St. Clair on the line.
I believe it'll be Bill Harmon on the line.
Will it be Harmon? I was thinking St. Clair.
St. Clair's on the bench.
You're right. Eads is standing at the line now. They're trying to pull a Jack Henry here.
Well, it should be Bill Harmon, but I'm not going to argue with it.
As Eads goes to the line, nobody caught it. He'll shoot the 1-on-1. He fires. It's good. He'll have a second attempt. Eads to fire again. He fires. It's on the iron, no good. Rebound, pulled down by Blanks of Oak Hill. 52-49. Tigers up by 3 as Lilly brings it to the front court for Oak Hill. Takes it around the right side, still on the dribble. Out to Selecki, top of the key with it. To Woods on the near side, firing over to Witt. Off the iron, no good. Rebound by Hansbarger. He is fouled from behind by Selecki. And now that's 4 on Selecki, and Oak Hill wants to time out as well. They're going to talk this one over. As Oak Hill coaches come off the bench. So with 6:37 left to play in the ball game, we got a score of Princeton 52, Oak Hill 49. We'll be back right after this. 5, who's favorite? Princeton's had 5?
Yeah.
And okay, we're talking about turnovers. Princeton committed 5 turnovers, Oak Hill 10. We've got 6:37 to play in the ball game, and it is Princeton 52, Oak Hill 49. And we come back, we're going to have John Hansbarger on the free throw line for the Tigers to shoot a 1-on-1. As the Oak Hill coaching staff still talking to the officials. I'm not sure what that assistant coach's name is, but he's the one doing all the talking. And they're letting them play a little rough out there, and now they're calling some, so it's coming back to haunt them, I guess. So Hansberger on the line for the Tigers. He'll shoot a 1-on-1. 6:37 to play as John is ready. He fires. It's good. He'll have a second attempt. As Hansberger is a 66% free throw shooter on the season. John ready to fire once again. And as he puts it up, it's good. 54-49. Tigers up by 5 as they press. Lilly with the ball in the backcourt. They double team him and foul him. Bill Harmon calls for the foul on Ken Lilly.
I believe Bill Harmon was standing there. I believe Lilly moved into him.
Now, Harmon is foul number 1.
Yes, foul number 1.
Team foul number 6 on the Tigers. So that's put Lilly on the line for the Red Devils. He'll shoot a 1-and-1. As Lilly readies himself on the line, settles himself down. Holding the ball now, dribbling. He'll fire with the right hand. As he gets the first one on the way. It is good. He'll have a second attempt. 54-50. Tigers up by 4 with 6:35 to play in the ball game. As Lilly on the line to fire one more. As Lilly ready, looks at the bucket. He fires. It's in and out, no good. The Witt rebounds for the Tigers. Clears it off to Hansberger. John will bring it to the front court for the Tigers. Directs some traffic as Lilly goes out to play the defense. Picks up the dribble, looking for help. Gets it from Eads on the far side. Mike starts it down low. Gives it back outside to Hansberger. They look toward Coach Ralph Ball, and he says, let's spread it out. Bring them out of that zone. As Eads on the far side, now to Hansberger. Hansberger sending it center circle. Gives it back to Eads. As Eads directing traffic, or calling an offense. Now Eads starts it down. Brings it to Hansberger on the near side. Has it knocked loose. Picked up by Hansberger. They double team him. Gets it across to Eads. Eads starts it toward the left side corner. Backs it out. Looking for help. To Harmon deep in the corner. Phil gives it back outside to Eads on the quarter court. Back to Harmon deep in the corner. Down to Hansberger on the near side. Fakes the shot to the Witt. To Witt, to Miller. Crashing the lane. Puts the shot up. No good. Harmon tips. Good. Bill Harmon is down on the floor and hurt as he heard that thumb tipping. As he went up and tipped with that bad hand and put it back up and in, but he sprained his ankle when he came down. It's the left ankle. He sprained his ankle. As they had all the coaches out.
There was some real contact. Jimmy got that ball inside there.
Yeah, but Jimmy
sandwiched in, and
but he was coming down that lane with a lot of freight power, and if there was going to be a call foul, there would have been a charge on Jim, I'm pretty sure. Now, they didn't call anything. We got 5:42 to go, and the Tigers got the bucket out of Harmon, but they may have lost Harmon for the night with a sprained ankle on the left side. 56-50, Tigers up. Well, we got a timeout on the floor. Let's pause 30 seconds for this. With the ball. Wood into the front court with it to Lilly. Lilly on the left side. They go to Hosky on the high post. Back to Lilly. He'll fire from 14 feet left side. It's out, in and out. No good. Rebound to Murray. Stephon goes high to grab it out of there. Gives it out to St. Clair. Jeff into the front court with it to Eads. Eads gives it back to St. Clair as they spread it out front. Back to Eads on the near side. Eads, double team. Gets it to Murray in the corner. Stephon gives it back outside to Eads. Eads cross court with it to St. Clair. As St. Clair looks underneath. Now they go to DeWitt deep in the corner. Gives it back outside to St. Clair as they pass it around the horn. So as Eads with the ball out front, St. Clair with the ball on the far side now. Looking underneath to DeWitt. DeWitt gives it back to Eads. Drives the lane. Puts the shot up good as Mike Eads puts the Tigers up 58-50 with 4:50 to play in the ball game. Ken Blanks in the front court with it for Oak Hill. Murray cuts him off. Gives it to Willie Woods. Now to Lilly. Lilly goes into the lane with it. Gives it to Hosky on the baseline. To Woods firing from way outside. Good. Willie Woods hits it from 25 feet.
Now, that one was down from downtown, but I believe it was downtown Beckley.
That's right. 58-52. Tigers up by 6 of Miller. Brings it to the front court for Princeton. To St. Clair. As Jeff way outside with it, dribbling right to left across the court. To DeWitt on the wing, right side, as James looks underneath. Now he starts to work on Hosky. Drives to the baseline, fires, good. James DeWitt puts it in from about 8 feet. 60-52. Tigers up by 8 with 4:07 to play in the ball game. As Selecki into the front court with it for Oak Hill. To Blank. To Woods, starts to the lane, fires. Murray got a piece of him, no call on it. Rebound comes down to Ken Blank. Gives it outside to Lilly. As Lilly gives it back to Willie Woods. Woods holds it overhead to Hosky deep in the corner, back outside. Now they go into the lane with it to Selesky. Miller blocks the shot, took it away from him. As Jimmy comes up with the ball. He gets it to St. Clair. Jeff moves it to the front court, gets some instructions from the coaching staff. Goes across the top of the key. They double team him. We got a whistle and a foul. And it's on Lilly, I believe. Or see, wait a minute. It is on Kim Lilly. And it's number 1 on Lilly. And that will put Jeff St. Clair on the free throw line for the Tigers. 3:34 to play in the ball game. 60-52. Tigers are up by 8 with St. Clair on the line. St. Clair shooting 85% from the free throw line this year. 87%. And he'll have a 1-and-1 right here. St. Clair fires. It's good. 61-52. Tigers up by 9, and they'll have another attempt. As Jeff St. Clair on the line to fire. He puts it up. It's good. Tigers up 62-52. 10-point lead. As the Red Devils bring it to the offense. Lilly with the ball. Brings it to the front court. Behind the back dribble. Into the lane. To Selecki on the near side. Fires off the iron. No good. DeWitt rebounds for the Tigers. They double team him. He gets it to Miller. Miller to St. Clair. And the Tigers will come to the offense. As St. Clair gets it to Eads. Into the front court. To St. Clair. As Woods bumps St. Clair. Foul on Willie Woods. That's number 4 on Willie Woods. 3:19 to play in the ball game. 62-52. Tigers up by 10. And we'll have Jeff St. Clair on the free throw line with that 87% shooting average. To fire a 1-and-1.
We might have to apologize to Mike Elmore, alias Elrod.
Oh, Elrod.
This game comes out to 12 points, and he's pointing at it.
Yes.
He's telling us about it.
St. Clair fires. It's good. 63-52. He'll have another attempt now. That'd be terrible. We'll never live that down.
We'll never.
Well, that's 5 seconds off the clock.
St. Clair ready to go. He fires again. It's on the iron. No good. As Murray rebounds, puts it up. Got it. As Murray hung it on the rim and dropped it. 65-52. Tigers up by 13 with 3:10 to play. As Lilly into the front court. Goes to the lane. To Selecki. Fires from out of the lane. No good. Rebound to Miller as he really goes up to pull it down. Out to Eads. Eads into the front court. Works on Lilly. Fires. No good. Rebound. Fought for. Tipped around. Pulled out by Willie Woods with no kill. Woods into the front court with it. He pulls up. Fires from 18 feet. It is no good. And rebound by Selecki. He is fouled by Miller before the shot. He is fouled by Jimmy. That's number 3 on Miller. And that bucket will be no good. That'll put Mike Zaleski on the free throw line to shoot a 1-and-1. As Zaleski will shoot a 1-and-1. 2:49 to play in the ball game. Princeton 65, Oak Hill 52 as Mike Zaleski fires with the right hand. It's good. He'll have a second attempt as Oak Hill gets within 12. 65-53. 2:49 to play in the ball game. Mike Zaleski on the free throw line for the Red Devils. As he'll fire one more. He puts it up. It's good. 65-54. And timeout is called. As by the Red Devils, who called that timeout? We'll tell you later. 2:49 to play in the ball game. Preston 65. Oak Hill 54. We'll be back right after this. That's me.
I do.
Mike Eads has 15 points so far in the game, and Jeff St. Clair has 11. James DeWitt has 10, and Stephon Murray has 4.
Okay,
Fargo has 2.
We're ready to come back to action, and the Red Devils full court press. Now they will zone trap to turn it over, so the Tigers will inbound it in the back court. It's St. Clair. Pulls the trigger. Gets it into DeWitt. As DeWitt gets it up to Murray. Murray into the front court with it. To Eads. Eads goes under, fires, no good. Rebound to Murray. Fake, fires, no good. Rebound to Murray again. Puts it up and in. Stephon! Puts the Tigers up 13, 67-54. As they'll press a little bit. Blanks in the front court with it to Willie Woods. Woods on the dribble right side. Drops it underneath to Zaleski. All the way under. Puts it up. Miller knocks it loose, and they'll call a foul or goaltending. They call a technical foul on Jimmy Miller hitting the backboard.
Miller thought it was on him. That Stephon said, I'm not guilty, but he let on. He knew he was.
Well, Miller's laughing about it, but what happened was Miller spiked that shot, put his hand against the board, and they called a technical foul for hitting the backboard. So that will put I guess they'll let Lilly shoot that free throw.
Yes, it'll be Kim Lilly.
It'll be a one-shot free throw, and then it will be Oak Hill ball out of bounds. 2:24 to play in the ball game. Princeton 67, Oak Hill 54.
Now, is one of the teams called timeout?
No, I didn't see a timeout called, and they're going to their respective benches while the technical is called. But they're not supposed to be. The coach is not supposed to be sitting up talking to him. So Ralph is sitting down talking to him. Now there's a difference. as Mike Selesky, shooting a free throw, hits it for the Red Devils. 67-55, and it'll be Oak Hill ball at midcourt. 2:24 left to play in the ball game. Tigers on top by 12. As Lilly inbounds it to Willie Wood. Gives it back to Lilly. Lilly saddles his way into the front court. Gives it to Wood on the far side. To Lilly. Drives the lane. Puts the shot up. Good. He put up a circus shot and made it. 57-67. As Oak Hill pressing. St. Clair with the ball. Gets it to Miller. Miller into the front court with it to DeWitt. As DeWitt holds it. Throws it across court. It's run down by St. Clair. Almost a wild pass. St. Clair directs some traffic, dribbles it around Lilly. Still out front, backs his way in. Knocked loose, stolen by Lilly. As Lilly goes down to the ball game, puts it up and in good. Lilly hits the bucket for Oak Hill. 67-59. Tigers down by 8 as they double team these in the backcourt and knock it out of bounds. And it'll be a Princeton ball at midcourt. There should have been a foul on that.
Yeah.
As East will inbound it at midcourt as he holds it overhead looking for help. And he throws it to St. Clair deep in the backcourt. Works on Lilly, and he is fouled by Lilly. A minute 42 to play. Princeton 67. Oak Hill 59. And we'll have St. Clair on the free throw line. As Jeff will shoot a 1-on-1. I didn't mean to grab you. I just couldn't see through you. So St. Clair to fire 1-on-1 on the line now. He fires the first one. It's good. He'll have a second attempt. 68-59. Tigers up by 9. A minute 42 to play in the ball game. As St. Clair ready to fire again. He puts it up with the right hand. It's good. 69-59. Tigers up by 10 as Oak Hill comes to the front court. Lilly with the ball into the top of the key to Woods. Firing from way outside. It's on the iron and good. As he got front iron, skipped it on the glass and dropped it. As the Tigers come back against that full court press. Stephon Murray with the ball into the front court. Looking for help now to Miller on the high post. To St. Clair. St. Clair on the dribble with it on the right side. Gives it back to East, top of the key. Mike drops it to the wit underneath on the baseline. Fake fires and a traveling ball. 15 to play, 69-61, 8-point ball game. Oak Hill with the ball. It's Hofsky, inbounds it to Lilly, to Willie Wood. Wood to Blank, to Selecki on the high post, to Lilly, top of the key, drives to the lane, puts the shot over, gives it over to Hofsky, shoots, good. Marks to Hofsky, takes a 69-63, 6-point ball game, and we've got an offensive foul call on Jeff St. Clair. Turns the ball over. And it's number 4 on Jeff. And the Tigers want a timeout. So with 1 minute to play in the ball game. Oak Hill 69, Princeton 63. We'll be back right after this. As they've been working a press on the Tigers. As the Red Devils break their huddle. And they'll come out with Ken Blank, Mark Soholski, Mike Selesky, Tim Lilly, and Willie Wood. As the Tigers still huddle around Coach Ralph Ball on the far side. As still waiting for the Tigers to break the huddle. Now the officials are going to call them out. As now they break it, it'll be James DeWitt, Mike East, Jimmy Miller, Stephon Murray, and Jeff St. Clair. Soholski will inbound it, quarter court, front court for the Red Devils. He gets it into Selecki. Selesky goes to the lane, takes the shot, does not take it. Now he does put it up. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound, fought for a pull down by Miller of the Tigers. Gives it out to St. Clair. St. Clair is intentionally fouled by Lilly. And they're not going to call it deliberate fouls. He just absolutely hooked him and knocked him down. It'll be a 1-on-1 shot for St. Clair. On Lilly, that is foul number 3. And that'll put St. Clair on the free throw line for the Tigers. 49 seconds to play. 69-63. Tigers up by 6. Jeff St. Clair on the line for the Tigers to shoot a 1-on-1. He fires the first one. It is on the iron and good. He got front iron, back iron, glass, and net. And that net's what counts. 70-63. Tigers up by 7. And St. Clair ready again. He fires. It's good. 71-63. As Oak Hill comes to the offense. Lilly with the ball. 46 seconds to play. Into the top of the key. To Woods. He'll fire from 30 feet. It's on the iron. No good. Rebound fought for. As Woods goes on and punches his own shot. He is fouled underneath by, I think, Miller. And they'll give him 2 shots. They call that on Jimmy.
Yes.
As Miller, that's his 4th foul. We got 38 seconds to play. 71-63. Tigers on top by 8, and we got a timeout on the floor. So with 38 seconds to play, Princeton 71, Oak Hill 63. We'll be back right after this. 38 seconds to play in the ball game. Princeton 71, Oak Hill 63, and it is hot in this gymnasium. And the old rod still giving us a hard way to go over.
He owes us 4 points at this point because Princeton's only up by 8. So he owes us 4 more before he has his...
He'll never listen to that. And we'll have Willie Wood on the free throw line for the Red Devils as we come back. He'll be shooting 2 shots.
38 seconds.
38 seconds to play in the ball game. Princeton 71, Oak Hill 63. As we'll see what happens. As Wood fires, it is good. He'll have a second attempt. Willie Woods on the free throw line for the Devils. Hits his first one. 71-64. As the Tiger lead cut to 7 points. As Woods fires his second one, it's good. 71-65 in the Red Devils press. St. Clair with the ball in the backcourt. They double team him. He gets it to Eads. Eads on the far side. Works it toward the front court. We got a whistle and a foul. And that will be called on Mike Selesky. And that'll put Mike Eads on the free throw line. That's 5 on Selesky. 32 seconds to play in the ball game. 71-65. Mike Eads on the free throw line for the Tigers. As the Red Devils will have to replace Selesky. As we get Stephon Murray. Okay, he was already in the ballgame. For the Tigers, we got DeWitt, Murray, Miller, Eads, and St. Clair. As Eads goes over to get a towel to wipe his hands, and the towel's over behind Bruce Hensel. Now they find one. Then
Selesky left the game with 9 field goals, 5 of 6 at the foul line, and a total of 23 points.
Pretty good night's work.
Yes, it was, especially in that first quarter when he hit 5 field goals for them.
Almost wore us out, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
32 seconds to play in the ball game. 71-65. Princeton on top. As Eads on the line for the Tigers. He fires the first free throw. It is in and out, no good. Tipped up once, no good. Rebound pulled down by Blanks of Oak Hill. Gets it into the front court, and it's knocked loose and out of bounds by DeWitt. And they say it came off of Willie Wood's hands, so it'll be Tiger ball as Willie Wood got a hand on it. 25 seconds on the clock as DeWitt will inbound it. As he gets in the front court to Stephon. Stephon holds it, gives it to DeWitt. They go to Eads. Has it knocked loose. Eads picks it up now. Goes under. Fires. Good. And Oak Hill man hit the rim. No call on that. 73-68. As Oak Hill comes back. Lilly into the front court. Goes into the lane. Miller spikes the ball away from him. Stephon takes it out of the air. Gives it to Miller. And Lilly absolutely runs into him. Grabs him to really cold clock him. And Miller spins around as Lilly goes off the floor. Kicks the ball to the official. So we'll have Miller on the free throw line for the Tigers now. 7 seconds to play. The Tigers 73. Oak Hill 65. As it's all over but the shouting right now. We'll have Miller on the line for the Tigers to shoot a 1-on-1. Now they're going to call it a 2-shot foul, a deliberate foul as it was. So Miller on the line to shoot 2. As Jimmy fires the first one. It's out, no good. He got side iron, kicks it all the way across. He'll get a second attempt. 73-65. Miller will have one more shot. As Jimmy on the line, he's ready. He'll put it up with the right hand. He fires. It's good. 74-65 as Oak Hill comes to the offense. Blanks firing from way downtown. Puts it on the flange. No good. Tucholsky puts it back up. No good. Ball game is over. Final score, Princeton Tigers 74. The Oak Hill Red Devils 65. As in that final quarter, the Tigers just absolutely wore them out. They come after them with a vengeance. In the fourth quarter, Oak Hill got 18 points. That's not a bad quarter in itself. The only thing that happened to them was, it looks like the Tigers got about 27 points in that quarter, and that made the difference. Biggest quarter of the night for the Tigers. They put up 27 big ones. In the ball game tonight, a big win for the Tigers. as they put together 4 quarters of 16 points, 15 points, 16 points, and 27 points for a grand total of 74 for the night's work. Meanwhile, the Red Devils put together 21 points, 10 points, 16 points, and 18 points for a grand total of 65 points. Final score, Princeton 74, Oak Hill 65. And at the end of the first quarter, Oak Hill led by 5. Tied at the end of half, tied at the end of 3 quarters. In the fourth quarter, the Tigers came on to outscore the Red Devils 27-18 to take a victory of 74-65. We'll be back with more. First, let's pause for this.
I will after I give stats if you want to.
Okay, if you would. Final score, Princeton Tigers 74. The Oak Hill Red Devils 65. It did a real hard-fought game. Now, the Tigers will be back in action again tomorrow night when the Huntington Pony Express come to town. And at tip-off time is 7:30 at the Tiger Gymnasium. We'd like to see you out there to support these Tigers. They're 11-4 on the season and starting to make it work now. They won 4 in a row, and a tough 4 it was. At Mount View on the road, Bluefield at home, Parkersburg on the road, Oak Hill on the road. And they won the 4 of them. Fact of the matter is, if you think about it, they have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of their last 10 games. You ready on some team stats, Charlie?
Sure am.
Okay, Charlie Wright on some team stats.
Looking at the stats tonight, Princeton made 26 for 47 for 55% from the field. Pulled down 30 rebounds, committed 7 turnovers. For Oak Hill, they was 25 for 57 from the field for 43%. They cooled down considerably in the second half. Pulled down 28 rebounds and committed 11 turnovers. I thought the shooting percentage was the biggest difference in the game because Oak Hill cooled down considerably in the second half.
Well, I thought they was going to wear us out in that first quarter, didn't you?
Sure was. They come out and made their first 6 shots, and then they cooled off a little bit. But Princeton changed their defense and looked like it made a lot of difference in the ball game.
Back at Oak Hill High School, where Princeton defeated Oak Hill 74-65, and here are the individual statistics on tonight's game. Oak Hill only had 5 players that scored in the game. Kim Lilly had 4 field goals. He was 2 of 4 at the foul line for 10 points. Willie Woods had 7 field goals. He was 2 of 3 at the foul line for 16 points. Ken Blanks, who did not see a lot of action in tonight's game, had 2 field goals for 4 points. Mike Selesky had 9 field goals, 5 of 6 at the foul line, and 23 points, and he fouled out late in that fourth quarter. Mark Tuhusky had 3 field goals, 6 for 6 at the foul line, for a total of 12 points. In terms of team statistics, they had 25 field goals. They were 15 of 19 at the foul line for a total of 65 points. For Princeton, Jimmy Miller had 8 field goals. He was 6 of 8 at the foul line for 22 points. Mike Eads had 7 field goals. He was 3 of 4 at the foul line for 17 points. Jeff St. Clair, who came through in the fourth quarter and hit 7 out of 8 from the foul line, had 4 field goals also, for a total of 15 points. Bill Harmon had 1 field goal for 2 points, and of course Bill has a bad hand and he sprained his ankle, and we hope Bill's okay in time. Well, it's okay for the Huntington game, or it's nothing too serious. I'm sure it's not. It looks like a sprained ankle. James DeWitt had 4 field goals. He was 2 of 2 at the foul line for 10 points. Stephon Murray had probably one of his best nights of the season with 3 field goals and 6 points. And John Hansbarger had 2 for 2 at the foul line for 2 points, giving Princeton 27 field goals, 20 of 24 from the foul line, for a total of 74 points. So Princeton had 2 more field goals, and they outscored Oak Hill by 5 points at the foul line.
Okay, thank you, Bob. And we got Coach Ralph Ball sitting in with us up here, and Coach, there's the stat book, but you got to feel pretty good about these wins on the road.
Yeah, these kids really came in there and really played great ball.
And you got help from everybody tonight, as Oak Hill has got a very fine ball club, a very well-balanced ball club, and it takes 100% team effort to beat these guys.
Yeah, we used 7 boys, and all 7 of them helped us. Every one of them made a contribution.
And I know that in the game now, of course, Harmon came up with a sprained ankle. We hope it's not too serious, and he'll be able to play tomorrow night. Of course, you won't be able to determine that till probably in the morning.
Right. It just depends on how much swelling he gets in it. He made a heck of a play when he got hurt there.
He went up and he was tipping with his bad hand and tipped it back up and in.
Right, and probably off balance a little bit and came down on his foot and turned it, I hope it's not too bad.
But now the Tigers putting it together, and the big thing tonight is that it was an even ball game after 3 quarters. And then in the 4th quarter, the Tigers came out and scored 27 points while holding Oak Hill to 18. Did you do anything different that 4th quarter?
Well, we kept trying to get the ball to Jimmy more and more, and of course their kids got in a little more foul trouble because they were holding and pushing on him, and we was just able to get the ball to him a little better. Our kids started driving a little more and creating something, making something happen, and then we got the ball in there to him a little more often, and kids did a good job of passing it inside.
Well, now Jimmy got 22 points tonight, and he earned and scrapped for every one of them. But underneath, Eads had 17, and of course St. Clair 15. But DeWitt had 10 big ones, and then Stefan did a tremendous job out there really scrapping after the ball because after Harmon got hurt, he was what you had to go with.
Yeah, well, Stefan is a good jumper, and he's going to have some good games. He is so quick that very often they call him walking, and many times he doesn't walk, but they still call him, and he jumps good, and he made got some key rebounds, put him back in there for us tonight.
I know it sounds like a broken record, but Coach, the game tonight actually was too physical.
So it was pretty physical. Both teams played with a lot of intensity, and I thought the officiating was very impartial. We've had, I thought it was pretty good officiating, really. After they quit letting them hold Jimmy a little bit because they had a tendency to hold him and put their arms up on him, and a lot of referees are not looking for that in high school ball, and they probably will maybe not notice it the first part of the ball game, but they did hold him, and they started calling him when they did, and I thought they did a good job officiating. They called fouls, had a bunch of fouls on both teams.
Yes, they did. I think that we outscored them from the free throw line by about 5 points. If
we hadn't had good officiating, it'd been a rough game.
That's true, but now the Red Devils play a physical game as much as they can, but now in the first half, they were fronting and backing Jimmy, and many times dropping a third man out on the side of it.
Right, and our other kids started hitting a few and driving some and making things happen. And like I say, then became more of a ball game, and it worked out much better.
All right, now the Tigers' record goes to 11-4 on the season. Do you realize that that's 9 out of the last 10 they've won?
Yeah, they've continued to surprise me with how well they play, especially when they get behind. They just keep coming back.
And you're winning on the road. At Parkersburg, a big victory up there, that far away from home, and then up here at Oak Hill. It's tough to win at Oak Hill because Oak Hill is one of the better ball clubs in the state. And when you beat them on their floor, you can say that you've done something.
Right, and like I say, the boys have got a lot of desire, and they play a tough mental ball game, and that's a big part of it. They stay in there and hustle.
Now, tomorrow night, you've got Huntington at 7:30. Very little preparation time.
If any, and we played them once before. They've got one of the best ball teams in the state. They're as good as anybody we've played. People see them will see a great ball game. They got 2 guards out of sight, really. 2 senior guards, started for them about 3 years, and just great ball players.
Well, Wade commented earlier that we think that the guards that Huntington has is probably the best pair of guards that we've seen anywhere this year.
Yeah, like I say, they are senior guards, and the Smith boy and I forget the other boy's name are great guards, really. Both of them are good.
And for the Pony Express now, the only thing you'll get a chance to do is maybe get a kid to work out the kinks a little bit in the morning for about a half an hour or so, and then talk a little bit to explain what you want them to do.
Yeah, there'll be no running whatsoever. We'll take nothing out of them at all. We're just some stuff we have to go over. That's about all.
Okay. Well, Ralph, big win. We appreciate you visiting with us, and I'm sure that you feel very good, and it's going to be a shorter ride home than it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, even with this cold I got, it'd be shorter.
Well, you know what you can do about that cold. They tell me that if you mix a plug of medicines, that you can get over it about 2 weeks.
That's right.
If you leave it alone, it runs about 14 days.